Hey everyone, and welcome back to our inspirational interview series. I'm Hannah Levin with Heartfelt Wellbeing, and I'm super excited to share with you one of my dear friends today, who's also just a phenomenal healer and has a lot to share around the experience of being in a body, which all of us are if we are here listening to this, watching this, engaging here today. You are in a body and it's an adventure, isn't it? If you are watching live or the replay, I encourage you to share your reflections and questions. And Renee, who I'm going to introduce in just a moment, is in this group and she can reply to your questions. So let me introduce Renee. Renee Lamance has been a massage and bodywork practitioner for over 16 years. Her mission is to inspire a deeper self-connection through bodywork. She has a dynamic integrative practice in Brasstown, North Carolina, which brings experience to her treatment room through her studies in yoga, Thai massage, medical massage, cupping, and myofascial integration. She has been an educator for the past 5 years at Tri-County Community College, training massage therapy students for an exciting new career path. Learning is essential to her personal journey, and Renee is currently deep into her studies of classical Chinese medicine at Zhengdao in Sugar Grove, North Carolina. I just want to say before I bring Renee on that I have had a lot of massages in my life, and Renee is definitely one of the top massage therapists that I've ever gotten to go see. It helps that she's one of my dearest friends too, that she just is willing to dig in there. But I'm so excited to welcome her to Inspirational Interviews.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Yes. So glad to have you here. So will you start by just introducing yourself a little bit more about how you came to be interested in massage as a kid growing up in rural Tennessee?
Yes. I think I found out at an early age that I was very responsive to touch, very tactile and kinesthetically aware. Touch is my love language. I remembered being, I don't know, under the age of 10 and my uncle coming in, and you know how people play with your feet or they'll pick you up by your feet, and he did this, and I just remembered the pressure on my feet. I was like, I had this sensation through my body of wow, that feels really good. Just the pressure, just having pressure on my feet and on my body. My sister and I just played around, some of the things that I've learned through Thai massage, this intuitiveness that we had as children, just walking on each other and doing this compression. It felt really nice. So I knew at an early age, I think it was around 16, I had a friend and we would trade massages. We had no idea what we were doing, but we were just hey, do you want to give me a back massage? And at that age, he put this idea into my head, you're good at this, you should do this professionally. So that was the seed that was planted at the age of 16. I was I'm going to do that someday. I'm going to put that in there and marinate on it. And when I ever came to a crossroads in my life where I just feel stuck and I don't know what to do next, massage would be where I turn to. I'd go to massage therapy school. And that happened shortly after graduating college. I had a degree in education. I was working in the mental health field. Immediately after I graduated, I just jumped right on in and got a job. And it was the most stressful job I think I've ever had. It was hard. It was sad. I aged tremendously in just a year of being in that field. And I knew it wasn't aligned, even though it was important work. I just wasn't really feeling the love, the connection. And I was I'm at that crossroads. I've saved up my money to go get my master's. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to massage school. And so I went to Core Massage Institute in Knoxville, Tennessee, where it was a focus in myofascial integration and sports massage. So when did I complete that? I think around 2006. And then shortly after, moved to Murphy, North Carolina, where I've been practicing ever since. So
Yay! Much to the benefit of those of us who have lived in that area at some point in time. Um, I'm still looking for my Renee in Floyd, Virginia. Like somebody here trying out. If anybody knows, amazing massage therapists here. So talk. Well, there's kind of two tracks that I want to go on with you. Um, Maybe let's start with um, maybe, well, do you want to, I'll let you choose. There's these two things. One is different massage techniques. So you have learned and practiced lots and lots of different modalities, and I'd love to hear you talk about, and I know you have some materials to show us, some supplies that you use.
mhm.
And then also talking about um, your reflections in terms of mindfulness of how we treat our bodies and use our bodies. Which one of those feels like exciting to talk about first?
I'm going to start with modalities and then
Okay.
mindfulness. Um, I think importantly, I love learning. Learning is why I'm here. Fortunately, for being in the massage industry, you're required to take continuing education every couple of years. And that's my favorite part, like learning new things, new skills in my toolbox. Um, is incredible. But I went through a few injuries myself through, I would say, after I did some yoga teacher training. That was another thing too. Doing body work, I started noticing that more people were interested in yoga and asking me questions. I had started yoga once I came to Murphy, and people were just asking me all these questions that I just couldn't answer. I didn't know. Like, I had my own practice, but I wanted to deepen that practice. So I did an intensive training. Then I went on to do my teacher training with no intention to teach. I just wanted to know more and to share more with my clients, because they were asking more like, "What should I do for this?" And I just didn't feel qualified, to answer those questions. I hadn't been formally trained, so I started seeking more with yoga, my own personal practice, and got really involved in that. And did teach for about a year until I injured my hand, and then I stopped teaching yoga. But with yoga and my teacher training there, I found also Thai massage, which Thai massage is my absolute favorite. I can't say it's my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's really, really close to being my favorite as far as the way it interacts also with Ayurveda and like how it's sedating for me. I'm a Pitta, you can tell with my red face. um, the compression, which is so sedating with for Pittas, and then the movement, which is good for Kaphas. But the dynamicness of like blending yoga and massage together. So there's a little bit of compression, some stretching. Um, Honestly, that's where I've done most of my CEUs. You can't stop learning. Like with Thai massage, it's so dynamic. There's more to learn. So I've gone through that avenue. Um, Hannah and I used to trade. I miss it so much, like Thai body work, and it's beautiful. I love the healing of the body work and the herbal balms, herbal compresses. So Thai body work being one. Cupping being another. I love using cupping therapy for one because I sustained injuries to my hands. I started investing more in tools that would help me save my body, save my hands a little bit more. Cupping was one of those things that is less stress on my body. It is something that is very good as far as like moving lymph, moving fascia. Also, Chinese medicine, we use a lot of cupping for like the chi mechanism and moving things. So, cupping is another one too. Like, I've taken some time learning a little bit more and doing medical massage cupping. where I have a machine where I can use both of my hands to do massage, but the cupping machine also, it's like having 4 hands, like can do some of the work for me. It's fantastic results. It's just like a little bit extra for a bodywork practitioner to be.
So let's explain. So you're saying this word cupping, and maybe people are like, I don't even have any idea what that is. So you
Oh,
have some cups there, I think, that you can show us. And the idea is that there's a suction that's created that pulls the muscle up,
here's,
right?
yes. So let's see if I can demo this. This is just a silicone massage cup. This is what I was going to recommend for doing this on myself. I can massage myself. This is what I love about it too. If I have a little bit of lubrication, I can just, I don't have lubrication on, but you can kind of see it sticks to me. And so I can leave it there, and then I can move my arm while this creates a little suction. Another is there's actually a gun that creates, can you see? Yes, you can see this okay. You can see the little lifting of the skin.
Be
I love
careful
it.
you don't give yourself a
I won't. But usually with what I do is I keep, like, I'll have lubrication and keep them moving so it
yeah.
doesn't leave the little cup kisses, as we call them. But it feels fantastic. It can leave slight discoloration. This is why I like to do more of the dynamic cupping where I keep a constant glide. And actually, I think it is with the Board of Massage in North Carolina, you can't leave cups on more than 3 minutes because when you start leaving cups on longer, that's falling into the realm of Chinese medicine. So it's like you're supposed to set a timer and not leave them more than 3 minutes. I don't know if people adhere to that, but that was like what the board decided. So anyways, I do more of the dynamic cupping, and I can do this on myself. My husband can do this, and he doesn't have to complain about it hurting his hands. But this is a great tool if anybody wants to learn how to massage themselves. You do have to be careful, of course, on delicate areas. You probably wouldn't want to do this on the neck, on the inside of the elbow, but shoulders, arms, fair game. So that's cupping. And I also have an MC600 machine that creates a vacuum for me. So it can keep a gradual suction while I can massage other parts of the body. I love that. I just love making it dynamic and different. Like every session will be different. There's also, these are magnets too. This is something, if there's like a pinched nerve, there's a red and a blue. There's a positive and a negative charge, which mostly we are positively charged. So really the blue creates more of a cooling response. I did do a little bit of training in that. I wouldn't recommend these for just at-home use because it is a magnet. So if you have a pacemaker or any type of contraction that could interfere with that, it wouldn't be advised. But just if someone wants to do some self-care massage at home, you can get these on Amazon for like $20, $25.
Yeah, we have some of those. They're great.
It's great.
Yeah.
And what else was there?
Did you want to talk about gua sha?
Oh yeah, gua sha too. Okay, let me get another tool. Gua sha, yes, we can do this in massage as well. I think like physical therapy, it's essentially gua sha. It's been around for thousands of years, but I think they call it instrument assisted mobilization technique. You can get this is a stainless steel. Sorry, I have my
like we're gonna get cut up
down here. Stainless steel tool that can be used. I have a variety of ones with. This one's like a universal one that has different edges on it. This is relatively new. Using stainless steel is nice because it's easy to clean, but like back thousands of years ago, we may have used a horn, or this is just a jade stone, which this is great for like you're using it on your face. What I love to use it for, I also went to the beach, and you can't really tell what this is, but this is a shell. It's smoothed on the edges. Like you can use things from nature if it's smooth enough. Like Tennis elbow, put a little bit of massage cream and do a little gua sha on this area. Excellent self-care tool. You can put a little on your neck, do a little scraping essentially, but like whatever you have, whatever tools you have from home. You can also use a spoon. In the acupuncture clinic at Zhengdao, they use it's not a stainless steel, it's a porcelain spoon to use for gua sha. So like whatever tools that you have with enough of a rounded edge, find the area of discomfort or trigger point, and this doesn't hurt your hands, but you can see there's a little bit of maybe red coming up, a little blood coming to the surface. So that's a gua sha technique. You can find tools on Amazon. You can spend a lot of money if you're a massage therapist, which it's okay because it's a tax write-off. But honestly, like a simple, beautiful little shell that you get from the ocean with that's rounded down, or a little stone will work just fine. But that's the whole idea, is like releasing the heat, but you're bringing stagnation. If there's stagnant blood, if there's taut muscles, like a trigger point is just like a chronically contracted muscle. So maybe you've pushed the lawnmower for a long time and then you're just really, you're really hurting on your forearms. You're just releasing some of that. You're releasing the myosin head, right? From where it's just chronically latched on there. So it's like reintegrating it and helping you move in a different pattern. So these are just super, super simple tools that you can do on yourself. And this is why I love following, I can't remember, Natural Cures on Instagram. There's always like self-care techniques, even just simple tapodiment, like moving chi, that we can do on our IT bands and on our rib cage. So I'm hoping I'm not getting off on a tangent. So those are some of the fun things that you can integrate into your own practice if you want to learn how to massage yourself, or want to care for yourself in between.
So how do
massage.
people know? I think a lot of us tend to, well, I think I see quite frequently the kind of perspective that massage is a treat. It's like something that's like maybe seems a little frivolous, or kind of like, oh, you go to the spa and you get a massage and that's so fancy and nice. Like, why do we need massages?
Thank you for that question. I say this to my students, anyone coming into massage school as well. I think a lot of people don't realize it. For one, if you're having to decide between obviously putting food on your table or getting a massage, you're going to put food on your table. But if it's, it costs money, most things in life do. But let's just say most of the people who truly understand the benefit of massage, I think, are truly in their bodies. They understand what it's like to feel joy, what it's like to feel pain. And chronically, if you're having issues that are chronic, I would say clients of mine who they're not saying it's a luxury. They're saying, like, when COVID happened and we were, massage therapists were shut down for a couple of months, like it was a miserable 2 months for people who could not get body work, who are, whatever they're doing in their daily life that's repetitive. If we don't have a way to break the cycle of pain, massage is there. It's not just, oh, I'm going to the spa and getting glamorous. Like, it is a tool. It is medicine. It's a way to break the cycle of pain for people who are chronically stuck in that pattern. So would I say that's debatable? I was pretty concerned that during COVID, if people were on this path of like not getting body work, they're like, oh, maybe I don't really need it after all. But that was actually contrary. People needed it more than ever. We were starved for touch. Not only is like the pain management aspect, but just like being in your body. having the connection of like another
Mhm.
human being who is deeply compassionate and caring. So would I say it's a necessity? Yeah, like it's a tool like anything
Yeah.
else. Like um,
One of the things that I think I would say too is like I don't have chronic pain in my body. What I do have is chronic tension patterns,
mm,
right? And
yes.
you know this well because you're always
Hmm.
like, Hannah, your right shoulder. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Right. Like Renee hadn't worked on me in over 2 years. And recently, when I came down to visit, she just went to town on this right shoulder. And I do have a lot of chronic tension patterns in the right shoulder. And I would say, as somebody who, isn't in chronic pain, but sees massage as an important aspect of living a healthy life, that it has helped me be more aware, like to get that feedback from a massage therapist to say, whoa, your right side is so much tighter than your left side, or this right shoulder, the mobility is really, really reduced compared to your left, or, that these tension patterns are things that we just start to accommodate, I think, especially as we age and we have our habitual ways of, I'm right dominant. I also throw pots and I'm pushing a lot with my right. I also play guitar. So this right arm's coming forward to play, right? There's like all these things that are like, yay, fun, creative life. And what is it doing to my body? And then how can I take that knowledge of being embodied into, and that feedback that I've gotten into my life? Yes, it may mean doing some self massage or some certain stretches or whatever, but it also means, spending the time and resources to also receive the body work that helps my body stay connected, right? The energy is flowing there. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that
Thank you
too.
for clarifying that, because that is a pattern too of like chronic tension. There's so many people
Hmm.
living with chronic tension. So I have had to redefine my relationship with pain.
Mm,
Because I don't, I'm like you, I don't have pain, I do have tension. And then tension over time, if we don't break the cycle, we do overcompensate. Like you say, it can lead to like pinched nerves, thoracic outlet, like because we're holding things so tight where people are often unaware, like
mhm,
until they receive body work. I had a lady, it'd been 6 years since she'd had a massage
mm,
and came in and was just like, oh my gosh, like I had no idea. I had no idea that my legs, even like I had so much tension in my legs. Like I felt like all of my problems were here in my shoulders. And I think that's serving my mission too, is like we're discovering more like what is our body telling us. The more we hold tight to this tension, the more we disconnect from our bodies. Like we might not
mhm.
even have the realization. So it's just putting us back in check of like, whoa, pay attention. You have a full body. It's not
Yeah,
just shoulders, like everything's connected. So, yes, thank you
yeah.
for clarifying that.
Yeah, and it's always talking to us, right? Like that's what I'm constantly saying is like pay it, like listen with the ear of your heart to like your body is communicating, right? And can you say like, I hear you. What do you need? Not, I mean, most of the time we're like, oh, I'm so frustrated. My shoulder hurts, or I'm so frustrated, that my knees are weak, or, we get angry at our bodies instead of saying, like, oh, I'm receiving a message, and how can I lovingly receive that message and respond in in a kind way, right? Instead of being like, body, get it together, right? We ask
Absolutely.
so much of our bodies. What are some of the things that you see I mean, so you've worked on so many different bodies and different ages and over, 16 years. What
Mhm.
are some things that if you could just be like, hey, world, you need to know this about being in a body? What are some things that you
Mhm.
would? want everybody to know?
I think, for one, you hit the nail on the head, um, like with what you said previously. But like, first off, the capacity of our body is beyond like what we can even begin to recognize. But like, the attitude of gratitude is everything. And it seems like the more sincere, compassionate, and you listen to your body, you have this reciprocal relationship of just understanding. And we often just ignore it. We have this ego driven, more like, no, I got work to do, I'm just going to push through it, let's get it done. And honestly, this is how I have injured myself, is like not being in the moment, not listening, just like pushing through to get things done. And what happens when you don't listen? You fall off a ladder, or you hit your hand with a machete. Like, things happen. So so what I think want people to realize is the healing capacity of their body. I've taken anatomy and physiology 4 times. Every time I take it, I learn something new. And everything that's happening simultaneously at the same time, as far as like homeostasis, fluid, temperature regulation, like our body is just trying to find balance.
Mm-hmm.
And there's reasons we have pain. The body is like trying to get our attention, to not ignore it. If it's just like, what do you need? I need some body work. I need some self-care tools. I need a day off. Whatever it is that that you need, is just like listening, listening to that response and not waiting. If I could say this to my clients and maybe people who've never had massage before, well, first off, you should try it. And if you're one of those people that doesn't like being touched, maybe search some bios, and or maybe like take it in baby steps of like a chair massage somewhere. Like, everybody has their reasonings, and that's fine. But finding that balance of, I'm listening to my body. I'm not going to wait 6 months. Like, I had a lady the other day, it was 6 months. It was like right before Christmas. I did this CrossFit thing and hurt my back, and she was devastated. Thought she was just like, I don't know what's wrong. I think I'm gonna have to have surgery. Don't wait. Like, I see often, like, it's a desperation thing. Like, people just come to get massage because they're desperate, and they're like, well, I don't want to have surgery. I think it might be this. It's like, start to listen to the subtle messages before it gets too out of balance, where it's going to take multiple chiropractic visits, multiple massages. Like, the more you keep that level of maintenance, just like we do with our cars, the happier your body's going to be, the happier wife you're going to be, the happier husband or mother. You're just not going to be, my pain body's talking. It's going to be your authentic self that feels this deep connection. And I guess that's what that's pretty much it. Like, we're finding that we don't have to feel stressed, and we don't have to have that tension. Don't wait
Yeah,
till
we're not stuck with it. Yeah. Yeah, we can make choices. Yeah. We are at the end of our time, amazingly.
it did go by fast.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to share? I had made notes about, the other kind of trainings that you had done, and, talking about kind of the aging process. Is there anything you want to say about either of those things in closing, or?
I think in general, like with the whole, I don't, in closing, I'll make it brief. Like, cultivating a sense of gratitude, cultivating this connection to yourself. And I think a takeaway is like, remember, movement is medicine. And I want to say, not just any kind of movement, not just like if your work is movement, but like mindful movement is medicine. When we stop moving is when stagnation occurs. if we can just start the day with something that enlivens you, such as a musical tune, and coming into this with some sense of gratitude for your body, even if it's just that, well, I walked to my mailbox this morning. It's going to trickle down this, not only just body, but mind body. Like, we have this ability to heal ourselves. And I think, yes, we live in this third dimension of a physical body, but like, I think a lot of it does start with the mind. So,
Yeah.
and most people I see who are really grateful are having that attitude of gratitude, don't have the pain body as much, I guess. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to notice too. Yeah. Yeah, and variety of movement, right? Like being able to, walk to
Outside
the
the box.
mailbox, but then also like twist or side bend or, being able to um, move in different directions, I think is
Different
another.
dimensionalities, like not
Yeah,
in our box. Like, we're so stuck in a box the whole time and used to the whatever, like keyboard mousing.
right.
Like, try something different.
Yeah, everything moves in this plane. Like,
Mhm.
what happens if we take our leg or our arm out to the side? Like,
That's a new
what happens there?
sensation.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Renee. I
Thank
loved
you.
having you on, and I hope everybody watching got some good tips. And if you're watching live or watching the replay, let us know what you learned. And Renee, thanks for being
Thank
a
you so
gift
much.
to the world and sharing your wisdom.
All right. Thanks, Hannah.
Take
Have a good
care.
day.
You too.